What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Clashing Conferences podcast. This is the members only version we have tonight. Appreciate you guys joining us. I'm coming to you live from New York, but we have people from all across the country, from Philadelphia, from Wisconsin, and anywhere else where you're tuning in to join us live. So appreciate you guys joining us tonight. As always, if you want to be a member of our community, make sure you click the links, click subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Apple, any other version of social media. Just click and subscribe, and hopefully you'll become part of our community in the near future. With that said, a lot going on the plate. Want to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors, Sparrow Hair Studios. If you're in the Lancaster area and you need to get a haircut, make sure you go check out Sparrow Hair Studios. Go see Lean. She'll take care of you. Make sure you tell her you're a member of the Clashing Conferences community, and she'll hook you up with a nice discount. Secondly, Lotwin Custom Hype Chains. Get 10% off using code TCCPOD. They are hype chains. They're great, like I've said, for your man cave, for your podcast, for your barbecues, for your tailgates, anything that you want just to have around on a Sunday. You want to wear it around your neck, whether you're watching your teams win or lose, as we'll discuss in a few minutes with our podcast later on. So make sure you check out Lotwin and get a nice discount for being part of our community as well. And last but not least, I'll give him the floor since he knows this guy pretty well. Kyle, take it away.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of him, but big shout out to Mr. Jim Montgomery in this day in Philly sports history. He's been a great partner of ours for the Clashing Conferences. Has been a okay brother for 44 years, but great partner of the Clashing Conferences podcast. But yeah, check him out with this day in Philly sports history. It's history from all four sports teams, even dating back to before we were born. Dude's a maniac when it comes to that. Trivia questions, you name it, he's got it, and it keeps it pretty interesting. So tune in pretty much everywhere where Karan said you can get your podcast, even dial-up modem.
It's a lot of fun. Not to lie, I'm not a Philly fan, as you can tell by my background, my gear, but I do check out this day in Philly sports history because it's fun. Some of the trivia questions, some of the interaction, as much as it pains me to say that, it's worth a subscription. So check it out wherever you can. So appreciate that. With that said, a lot going on as usual. Kyle, congratulations. Your Eagles are 2-0. The Super Bowl rematch, the hype, everything around it last Sunday. What do you think? What do you think of the game? And we'll get into the Giants and the Titans for what it's worth. We'll get into the Giants in a few minutes. But Kyle, your Eagles look pretty dominant as we move into week 3.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's week 2. They didn't play in the preseason, so I think there's a lot of concern and a lot of hype out there about, oh, the offense looks stale, the offense looks vanilla. It's 2 games, right? And it's a rivalry game and then a Super Bowl rematch at Kansas City, which was their home opener. So the next 2 games against the Rams and Bucks, they're going to be pretty tough, right? But I like the way the defense is playing. It's a young defense and they're ahead of schedule in my opinion. I think the offense will let it rip when they need to. It's just a matter of getting them the reps and getting them in there. So, I'm not panicking and not, this isn't last year all over again for me where the offense just wasn't clicking. But at the same time, and look, this isn't the Phillies from April where I'm ready to go on a rant and kick these guys into gear. I mean, I think they know what they need to
You
do.
guys haven't lost. I don't know what you might
Correct.
rant about.
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
that's a
So
good problem to have. So
it's Philly sports media, man. It's like we're 2-0 and we're thinking of reasons to complain. It's like, man, we're for the most part, there's a lot of Philly fans that feel this sense of entitlement. You know what I mean? Like they're not dating back to 1985 and beyond. You know what I mean? And dealing with that stuff. They're spoiled because they've seen 2 Super Bowls in 7 years. Meanwhile,
I
I'm
mean,
like,
look,
yeah, I remember the 1-15 and 2-14 teams.
no, you guys are the team right now. Obviously defending champs. All eyes are on you. Everyone's gunning for you guys. I mean, listen, I hate your team with a passion, but I understand. I respect the fact that they're the team to beat. I mean, I want my team to be in that position. I want to be the team that everyone chases after. So, um, I don't see any reason why there should be any letdown. I don't see any reason to panic. I mean, the Eagles are the clear class of the NFC, in my opinion. I know there's a few other teams out there in the NFC, but I don't see anybody stopping them right now unless I'm proven otherwise. Um, Unlike
Yep.
Christie and myself, our teams are winless.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Christie, I mean, the Titans, they put up a little bit of a fight. For what it's worth, I did think they would cover against the Rams. I took them at 5.5 points. But it looks like they ran out of gas late. So I don't know. A lot to leave on the table when it comes to Cam Ward. What do you think so far?
I mean, again, game 2, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't count preseason, rookie. He got sacked 5 times, not, but looking back 3 years past too, I mean, the O-line for the Titans has not always been the most explosive and strongest O-line. I watch my quarterbacks get sacked a lot over the years, unfortunately. So definitely someplace we need some strength and some depth. No picks from Cam this week. So, well,
I thought he played well. I really did. I thought he played well.
I feel like it's still too early. I mean, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm used to losing. I'm definitely used to losing being a Titans fan. It's been a long time for us, but yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'm hopeful. He looks good. Give him some more time in there, get some more reps, get more comfortable I mean, that's a big thing, man, when you step into an NFL stadium. And that's a big thing to overcome and everything else too. So hopefully we just keep moving
Listen,
forward.
in my opinion, Sean McVay is the best coach in the league. I know. I mean, he's won one Super Bowl, but you're going up against. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna game plan against all of Cam Ward's strengths, and I think he showed that on Sunday. So I have a soft spot for McVay. I think he's a phenomenal head coach.
I do too.
Given
I'm a closeted
so,
Rams fan sometimes. I loved Cooper when he played for him and back in the day that was a strong team under McVay, like you said. And I do like him as a coach. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna
so,
be rough this year, but I'll get over it. I'll get through it. I do every year.
so if I
I will
may,
say this. I think Cam Ward, he's going to be good. He
yeah.
threw a couple dots on Sunday,
Uh-huh.
like a couple like great passes that he threaded the needle, and like only stud quarterbacks could make those throws, and he's shown flashes. And I think once they start building around him with an offensive line, because let's be honest, the next couple years they're probably going to struggle, and they'll probably have a couple top 10 picks, right? So I think they really need to dig into those trenches, build around him, and I think the sky's the limit for him. I really do.
I do too. I do. I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely feel the exact same way. Like I said, I'm so used to this in the past, and I know what it takes, and hopefully we actually do build around him having the number 1 pick and having a quarterback of that caliber. Finally, it's been a long time for me, like McNair and Young and stuff like that. Like those were great years, but it really hasn't been a quarterback of this caliber. So hopefully they don't screw it up and do everything we need to keep him.
Shout out
Not for
Steve
nothing,
McNair.
Yeah,
they're
Shout out
also
Steve
not
McNair.
in a very competitive. Well, they're not in a fierce division,
no,
so that might be a little break for you guys too. And
and still
hopefully,
can't
it
win.
might not take a lot to win the division. I mean, Daniel Jones is actually killing it in your division, so that just adds a little salt in the wounds for me. But
The
speaking
salt in
of
the wound
which,
for me is Daniel Jones trying to pick him up as quarterback in fantasy because I just lost Joe Burrow.
so, so did I in one league as well. So did I.
Oh,
3 months. But
Hmm.
listen, I don't know where to stand with the Giants. I could talk to them. I could talk for the next 45 minutes about how frustrated I am about what happened on Sunday. I know you can look at the glass half full. We scored 37 points, but we gave up 40. So the big bad vaunted defense that I was looking so forward to seeing, the new defensive line with Abdul Carter and Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns, where are they? Somebody want to let me know where they are? Somebody want to knock on my window and let me know if they're around? Were they there on Sunday? Did anyone see Dexter Lawrence play? He's 250 pounds. Did anyone see him on the field? Because I
I
didn't.
didn't. I
I didn't
didn't.
see Abdul
I didn't.
Carter. I don't know if he even had a tackle on Sunday. So the fact that we gave up 75 yards well, I exaggerate, 55 yards in 20 seconds on the fourth quarter on Sunday, leading to overtime. Because you and I both know, we watched the game, that kicker can kick from anywhere on the field. So why are you playing prevent defense with 30 seconds to go in the game, giving up chunks of yardage, knowing that that's well within his field goal range? I did not
Yep.
understand it. I don't understand what the defense was doing. I am so ticked off at the way the defense played, considering the fact that Wilson had 4. And I see our producer laughing behind the scenes, and I don't appreciate that. You're not even on camera, so no one can see what you're doing. But the fact that he's a Cowboy fan just irks me even more. But still, you're giving up 40 points to the Dallas Cowboys when they're handing you touchdowns on a platter. I mean, Malik Neighbors got mugged on that touchdown pass that he caught. I mean, it was excitement, back and forth, back and forth. But of course, as usual, the Giants do. They tease you to the absolute end. And then, you get that bitter taste in your mouth when the kicker, I had no doubt in my mind that he was going to make that 65-yard field goal. None. I knew that it was going in. I knew we were going into overtime, and it was just a matter of time before Russell Wilson threw that moon ball that was going to get intercepted with 30 seconds to go, because at that point it was either tie or a loss. We weren't winning the game. So, the frustration
I was
is
hoping,
at an all-time high.
I was hoping for a tie to reward me for my birthday. I was like, you know what a great birthday present would be? It would be a tie in this game, right?
Listen,
And family was like, oh, well, you don't want the Eagles to win? I'm like, I'm not worried about the Eagles right now because they don't play yet. I want this game to end in a tie. And then I was like, man, 30 seconds away from a tie. This is going to be great. And then
you don't
Giants
have anything
things.
to worry about with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The Giants
Cowboys
do Giants things, and they give Aubrey a chip shot field goal instead of at least making him earn it from 60.
God forbid. Yeah, because 65 wasn't far enough. What, you want to give him a 70-yarder in overtime?
I mean, at least make him earn it with 3 seconds left.
Didn't he hit from 71 in practice that one, or pregame or something that one day?
He'll hit a 75-yarder before the season's over. I'm fully confident of that.
Yeah, and then he'll get tested for PEDs and he'll fail. But
So we sit at 0-2. We have the big bad Chiefs coming into town on Sunday night, and you could bet your bottom dollar that the Kansas City Chiefs are not losing to the Giants on Sunday Night Football, probably with Taylor Swift in the house, going 0-3. That is not going to happen. So we could talk about it a week from now, how the Giants will be 0-3 and the Chiefs will be 1-2. But write it down, stamp it, seal it, do whatever you want. The Chiefs are not losing on Sunday night. So hopefully, Steve, you want to throw a little visual in there.
Do you think the Chiefs were coming into this season 0-2 as an 0-2 start?
No, I thought they'd be 1-1. I mean, I didn't think they'd beat the Eagles, but I didn't think they'd lose to the Chargers in week 1. So,
I mean, look, when you send people down to Brazil to play, anytime you're sending them to a foreign country,
throw out the record books.
You throw out the record books. You don't know what's going to happen, right? And that's a lot closer for. Well, I guess it's not really, but it seemed like it didn't affect the Chargers at all.
The Chargers look good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I mean, if you want to quickly go around the NFL, the Chargers looked pretty dominant last night, beating up on Vegas. Anything from week 2 catch your eye? Anything surprising?
Being in Wisconsin,
for me, the biggest takeaway. Sorry?
The Packers being in Wisconsin. I mean, running a bar in Wisconsin and watching, I did not expect the Packers to beat the Commanders in any way, shape, or form. I mean, Micah stepping in there, he has.
I did at home. I mean, I'm not on the Washington bandwagon like
I'm not on the Jordan Love bandwagon yet. I don't know. I'm just not.
I'm with you.
It's hard.
I'm with you. I don't think he got it, man. I
don't either. And everybody gives me such a hard time for that. I just don't think he's that guy. I don't think he's that next Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
Nope. I think you're spot on. I think he's Dak Prescott Jr., where he's going to put up stats, but he's going to Dak. Dak's going to Dak, and Dak comes up short in big time situations.
Yep.
I think Jordan Love does the exact same thing. When it's crunch time and the game's on the line, he's gonna flub it somehow.
Yep.
So he has to prove it. He has to prove it. And they're finally building weapons around him. They drafted a wide receiver in the first round. They traded for the best defensive player in the game to add to their pretty decent defense. So now they have a pretty stealthy defense. I mean, he has no excuses now. Go out and win.
Yeah,
I think that would be the biggest threat to Philly this year would be Green Bay, honestly. With the defense and just, playing in Lambeau has its own aura. So, I would think that that would be the biggest threat to Green Bay. For me, I mean, obviously a couple of bad injuries this week. Joe Burrow to start 3 months with the turf toe. J.J. McCarthy looks like he's going to be out for a few weeks for the Vikings.
Yeah, 2 to 4. Yep.
So obviously now, the issue with this is what happens when you don't unfortunately play in preseason. And I know Burrow did play in preseason, but these first few weeks of the regular season, I always take it as an extended preseason, if that makes sense, because that's when these guys really start to play and get into shape, and that's when injuries start to pile up. So It's unfortunate because I really love watching Joe Burrow play, but it's going to be, this Sunday is going to be Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz in a matchup I'm sure everybody wanted to see on when they bought their tickets. So that's
MVP
unfortunate.
caliber. They're both MVP caliber. I'm telling you.
And so the Jets, unfortunate game for them. Just didn't really show up. Justin Fields had an awful game. Josh Allen had 150 yards, and they still scored 30 points. So it was just one of those things that, the Jets kind of came back to earth a little bit after that week one surprise showing against Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh also came back to earth a little bit, losing at home to Seattle. So there was a couple of surprises for me in week two, for sure. I'm not surprised the Giants lost. I'm not surprised the Jets lost. I'm not surprised the Eagles won. But other than that, some of the other things for sure, there was definitely some upsets that I saw on the slate that, Atlanta beating Minnesota was a surprise to me because I really thought Minnesota at home would rev up, especially coming off that week one win.
Yeah.
So a lot to be said. I mean, that Caleb Williams thing in Chicago, who knows? I know we could talk to Mike about it. If you guys have discussed it, I don't know how he feels, but they look like a train wreck out there in Chicago, giving up 52 to the Lions. So a lot going on in terms of the NFL spectrum.
You see how sassy Ben Johnson got? They asked him about, do you think Dan Campbell ran up the score? And he got all sassy and said, what's he supposed to do? Kick field goals? He doesn't kick field goals. And I'm like, wow, it's week 2 and he's already having an attitude like that. That's going to be a long year in Chicago. Maybe him and Caleb Williams will paint each other's nails and they'll be sitting in the corner crying about something, man.
I hope he made the right choice. I hope he made the right choice going to Chicago. I know these NFL head coaching jobs are coveted and there's not a lot out there, but he had a good thing going on in Detroit. So I don't know if going to Chicago was necessarily the right move, staying in that division. And I mean, he's got the toughest division in football.
Well, Aaron Glenn probably is feeling the same way with the Jets. He's probably like, man, I should have just stayed with Detroit. This is dumb. Nobody wants to play
in his defense, that division, though, with New England and Miami, the way they are,
kind of wide open,
Yeah.
He's got a chance. I know Buffalo's still Buffalo, but he's got a chance. I mean, Ben Johnson, he's got Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota, all three, very good teams in that division. So he's got his work cut out for him, for sure.
All right, so here's the question. Here's the question I'll pose to both of you. Do you think right now the Bengals are regretting drafting Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell? Because, look, you had Joe Burrow. Now you purposely went out and got the number 1 wide receiver, right? You drafted a wide receiver instead of protecting Joe Burrow. Now look what happened. You can't protect Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is hurt, and now you have Jake Browning throwing to Jamar Chase. So in hindsight, you probably should have drafted an offensive lineman to protect him, at least one, right? That's big and good and can probably do a pretty decent job. Look what Sewell did with Detroit protecting Jared Goff.
I would say no to that just for one reason, and only one reason. They went to a Super Bowl. So
the reason they didn't win, though, was because they didn't have an offensive line.
Yeah, but it's the Bengals. Like, it's Cincinnati. I'm just saying it is what it is. It's the Bengals.
That's a totally true statement, Karan. That's totally
It's Cincinnati. They went to a Super Bowl with those guys, and I think they don't regret that. I mean, that obviously is another stream of income, publicity, popularity. I mean, they were able to pay these guys now, so I don't think they regret that. Obviously, Burrow's had a hard time staying healthy, but I don't think they would regret it just for the fact that they went all the way. Well, I mean, they went to the Super Bowl, and if healthy, I think they have as good a shot as anybody to go if Burrow stays healthy. So, especially with those weapons.
All right. Do we want to get into hypotheticals there? Mr. Embiid sucks. He can never stay healthy. I'm just saying that's the same situation as you put my Sixers in all the time, right? Where Embiid can't stay healthy. If he stayed healthy, if he's healthy, he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
So hypothetically, if Joe Burrow stayed healthy, they'd have a shot at the Super Bowl every year. But he can't stay healthy because they have no offensive line. It's like the three of us with Steve being the offensive line. Like that's basically what they're throwing out there. Steve, I'm just throwing you in there, buddy, because the three of us is basically what their offensive line is. You're giving us an extra person. And they still
Sixers
can't
are a better
anybody.
team. Listen, there's no question. The Sixers are a great team or a better team with Embiid on the floor. But I think they're beatable. I mean, they've shown that they're beatable. I mean, Cincinnati, Yeah, it was a few years ago that they went to the Super Bowl. I was just saying that I don't think they regret taking Jamar Chase over Sewell because that year that they took Chase, they went to the Super Bowl. So you
Yeah.
see the potential is there. I mean, no disrespect, but your Sixers haven't made it past the second round of the playoffs with or without Embiid.
Hey,
So
we're
there's still
not
some
talking
work to be
basketball.
done.
I was just
Hey, you
proving a
switched it
point
to
with
basketball, not me.
Hey, anytime I hear, well, if he can stay healthy, I immediately think of you and Topher going, well, Embiid sucks. He can't stay healthy. So
True story. Very true
it's a
story.
trigger. It's a trigger. I'm going through therapy for it. I'm working on it. All right.
Speaking of switching gears, so we're going into our fantasy league. Congratulations to the Beard. He's 2-0 with the most points. Right behind him is your host for the evening. That's me. How are you guys doing? Anything in fantasy? Did you guys lose anybody? Did you guys
Oh my God,
have
I'm
any
down.
regrets?
I'm down 4 in the first 2 weeks. Literally, week 1, friendly fire. I lose Xavier Worthy and George Kittle, and then week 2, I lose Eckler and Burrow. So I'm down 4 in 2 weeks. But I killed it this week. Like I think I scored the most points in fantasy. So
Yeah. We still don't know what we get if we win. So
I suck. I'm 0-2 right now. But it's not
that
panic
should be the
time.
title of this episode, Steve.
Yeah.
0-2.
Yeah, my team sucks. All right, my team sucks. But it's not time to panic.
No.
It's only 2 weeks into the season. I got a solid team. It's just, look, I was primed and ready to beat Juice. Everything, I was like 85% projection to beat Juice going into last night's game, and on both games, because I had 3 players left, he only had 1, and I still lost. So
I took care of business against Patty. I think that's why he didn't want to join us tonight. Also because the Steelers lost, so I think he just felt a certain type of way about joining the pod tonight. But I
he
took care of
got
business
so
against him.
upset that he was so upset that he went to go cry his tears at Adam Sandler.
I think I
you know?
doubled his score, so just throwing it out there. I think I beat him like 150 to 75, so something like that.
So I don't have to
Sorry,
worry
Patty.
about him chiming in, like doing a cameo
tonight.
tonight, saying that my team sucks and then hanging up on us.
Not
like
tonight. I
last
actually had Tyreek Hill score a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor did his thing. McCaffrey, Mahomes. So I went in a good spot on this past Sunday. So looking forward to the rest of the season. I can't wait till I end up playing the Beard to see who's really the number 1 team.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a battle of 0-2s this week. I play Trey. So
yeah, the Giants and the Chiefs, as we were talking about.
There you go. That's basically the same type of matchup. It's the Grundle Funk against PTO. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
So with that said, switching gears over to a little MLB, maybe some September hot stove, if you want to call it. Kyle, congratulations! Last night, your Phillies clinched the division. Expectedly.
That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah,
means a lot.
I'm sure it does.
I know that pains you to say.
It does.
Pains you to say.
This whole podcast pains me. We're talking about the Eagles and the Phillies, and now you brought in the Sixers to it too. It's unbelievable.
Hey, listen,
Steve's
I can bring
about
up the
Cowboys.
Flyers if you want. We can bring up.
I'm in a no-win situation. So
I know Christy likes to talk hockey. We'll talk hockey all we want. Let's go.
Hey, we can go.
So, but for real, congrats. I mean, I know the Phillies are making a run. They're not that far behind Milwaukee, so you guys are still playing for some playoff positioning.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's still a lot to be left to uncover with the rankings. Christy, Seattle, how are we looking? We in? We out? Are we going?
We are in first place in our division. Cal hit 55 tonight, so he broke the Mickey Mantle record.
Nice.
Last book, it was 8-1, so I'm on 56. Is going to be the Mariners record with Griffey to tie. So
you guys are a half game ahead of the Astros for the lead right now in the division, and
we play the Astros this weekend.
Right, but it's a half game in the division and a half game and 3.5 out of the playoffs itself. So
yeah, it's Astros Rangers right now, so that's huge. And then we go to the Astros, and then we're home for our last 2 stands against the Rockies and the Dodgers, I do believe. So, 12 games. Okay. 12 games.
Usually the last week of the season is all division. So I don't know. The last series is division. I could be wrong. Yeah. So I don't know if the Astros, I mean, the Mariners are playing the Dodgers, if that's what you said.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, right now we're. Oh my God, my brain is so fried right now. It's been a long day with my kids.
Kyle,
Rangers Astros right now.
Yep.
So that's big as far as wild card is concerned with how, because the Rangers are were right on our butts until we came up and took the half game lead. So we go to the Astros over the weekend to play them. So that'll be huge. And
Yep.
then the crappy Rockies.
Yeah, it's going to come down. It's going to come down to the last day of the season, right?
It is.
It's not going to be something. The Phillies lucked out with just the Mets struggles. That's all that was.
You're welcome,
it wasn't
buddy.
that. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
you
not that
guys
the
cracked the
Phillies.
blood the last half of the season.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that the Phillies played extremely well. I mean, they kept pace, right?
They
It's just
played
the
well.
Mets.
Give your team some credit. They have played very well.
I'll give them credit in November after they successfully win something. If they don't win something, then it'll just be another disappointing year. Now, look, I'm not an unrealistic Philly fan because these runs that they're going on, this is a 4-year stretch, 4 consecutive years. This doesn't happen in Philly too often, especially in baseball terms, right? Eagles, yeah. Sixers, obviously, they make the playoffs, but then they get knocked out, right? So, from the Phillies' perspective, this doesn't happen. So it's something that I need all Philly fans, and I need you to talk to Lewis tomorrow and make sure he understands that this isn't the norm, right? We got to take this and appreciate it, but
Oh,
at the same time,
you want me
have
to try to tell that
expectations.
to Lewis? Have you seen Lewis and how high and mighty he is with his Phillies right
Yes.
now? Like
All he does
That's
is
what I'm
smack
saying.
talk.
you
All he does is
cannot.
smack talk.
It's so hard to talk him out of that, though. He
I
is
know.
just high and mighty.
I
And he's winning in
appreciate
our
that.
internal competition too. I mean, that man,
Oh, I know.
he's up
I
on
know.
cloud 20,000.
Well, I'd like to bring the other perspective of things to show you that there are realistic Philadelphia fans out there, right? Where I have the high expectations and I am bought in on this team, even with Wheeler being out, Trey Turner being banged up, Alec Boehm, and Mundo Sosa, they're still rocking and rolling right now. They're on a tear. So it'll be interesting to see how the playoffs go. I was in Chicago Friday for a Cubs game. I went out for my birthday weekend. Saw the Cubs play the Rays, and I'll tell you what, man,
Happy
the Cubs.
50th birthday, Carl.
Thank you. 44, buddy, 44,
Oh, sorry.
and you look every day older than me that you think you do. So don't worry about it. But I'll tell you what, you hear all the time how Citizens Bank Park in Philly is like a home field advantage for the playoffs and all that stuff. The crowd. It's not just Philly fans saying it. You hear the announcers say it. Going to Wrigley Field, historic Wrigley Field. I wanted to see it. It was like dead. The atmosphere was just kind of like everybody was talking, but they weren't talking about the game. They were just talking. Like it's almost like their spouses like locked them up in the house and they're not allowed to talk. So like this was their get out of jail free card, and they were just talking about anything they possibly could. And I'm like, you got a wild card leading team on the field right now. They have the third best record in the National League, and you're talking about work. You're not talking about the team. So I'm not concerned about the Cubs and that atmosphere out there. I don't think that they're hungry. I don't think that they even care out there. So it's going to be an interesting October for sure. I'm excited for your team, Christy. I want to see them get in that young team. I think they're scrappy. I don't know how far they can make it, but once you're in the dance, anything can happen, right?
I love my lineup. I feel like those first 6 bats are so strong. I love Crawford, cleaning up and ninth there to keep her going for us. I mean, my pitching is coming in way better now. Again, like I know I talked about on the podcast last week, like bullpen usage is ridiculous because of injuries, but we're still holding on strong. And like I'm super stoked going into playoffs. I feel like I really have a chance. I know I've said it on the baseball pod before. I also know what it feels like to win 116 games and go nowhere. So, I mean, I've never won a World Series. So
We have,
Yeah.
but I was too young to remember. Um,
You sure?
I am sure.
Oh, all right.
39 chance.
Just checking. Oh,
So,
okay.
listen, with the Mets, I'm clinging for dear life for that third wild card. That's all we have left. So the division's over. We're 5 games behind San Diego for the second wild card. We are playing San Diego tonight. I think the last time I checked, it was 8-2 Mets.
Yep.
So,
mhm.
for what it's worth, a couple of games at home. This is our last homestand of the year. Then we go to Big Bad Wrigley, as you just said, and then we go to Miami. So to close out the season.
And
So
you
I'm
guys
hoping they
have
just stay
a
alive.
bad record on the road. bad record on the road.
Thank
Just
you.
throwing that out
Appreciate
there.
it.
You're 13
So-
games under 500 on the road. So
Cal just hit
we're,
another
we're,
one.
we're a game and a half up. So he's
Cal hit
56
another one?
now.
Cal hit
Yeah.
another one.
That's Kyle's age. He's 56.
So yeah, he went from 50 to 44 to 56. So now we're tied with Griffey at 56. So
Nice
Woo.
job. Very nice. So, I mean, listen, he's beating my favorite player of all time is Mike Piazza. So he's just adding on that record as a home run by a catcher. So
Mike Piazza, who's actually 56, you jerk.
yeah, but his record I think is 41 or 42 in the season. So that record
Yeah.
was obliterated by Cal this year. But no, listen, we got 12 games left. At this point, I just want to get into the dance. We're gonna go to Chicago or we're gonna go to LA for the first round. It looks like it's gonna be LA because we're not gonna catch San Diego or Chicago for that wild card lead. And once we get in, I know everything can happen. Soto's been hot. I'm hoping he can carry us to bigger and better things. So we'll see what happens. Season ends today. We're in the playoffs, but there's still 2 weeks left. So a lot to be said, a lot to be uncovered. I'm sure at this time next week or the week after, we'll have a clearer idea of who's in and who's out.
Yep. Yep.
And then
Sure.
before you know it, basketball will tip off, and then we can get into some Sixers battles.
Hey, listen, I'm hearing some good things, man. I heard today that Embiid was out there playing a little 5-on-5. He looks thin. He looks healthy. So
I'm sure
we'll
the
see what
Sixers
happens.
love that. I'm sure
They
Philly
just- it was at Sixers. It was at the training facility.
It
So
wasn't at a
they saw it.
pickup game at a playground where
No, it wasn't at the Rucker in New York. No, it wasn't at the Rucker. He wasn't dunking on people like what he used to do. I couldn't believe that, man. I remember seeing the YouTube videos of that, and I'm like, what is he doing? Like, you just got a $150 million contract, and you're playing pickup ball with like a bunch of high school kids. Like, what are you
usually
thinking?
where it starts. That's usually where it starts.
Yeah, it's the Sixers being Sixers, man. Like I said before, the Mets are gonna Met, Dak's gonna Dak, the Sixers are gonna Sixer. They're the exact same
I
situation.
got not like right now. Just with the Giants and with what the Mets have done over the last 3 months, I cannot wait for the Knicks to start playing basketball. Like I just cannot wait to see Jalen Brunson and all your big head jokes start all over again. Like you have no idea. At it.
Rumor is they put him on a head Zempic. It's kind of like
Okay.
Ozempic, but it's strictly for the head.
Mhm.
So it's supposed to shrink it a little bit. So
What are you doing next year for your 60th birthday, Kyle?
oh,
hopefully celebrating another Mets collapse and the Knicks not making the championship run. That's what I'm doing.
Gotcha. So
I'm gonna hang
appreciate
out
the confidence.
as long as I can,
Appreciate
man.
the
My
confidence in
basketball
that.
team's sore. I got Tyler Hero, and Tyler Hero.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
still got big bad Pat Riley, so you never take that, never discount that. That's
I know.
I look at it that way.
I know.
He can build. He can build a team.
Mm-hmm.
Still
So, all right. With that said, I think that wraps up another edition of the Clash and Conferences members only pod tonight. Thank you guys again for joining us. Appreciate your guys' time. Like I've said, subscribe, click the links below wherever you get your podcast, become a member. Just go on the website, fill it out, and then you can become a part of our community. And we hope to see you guys soon. So catch you guys later.
Hold on, Karan. We had to cut it short so you could get to your bedtime, you old timer. Just throwing that out there, buddy.
I'm younger than you. By
You
5
look
years,
13
apparently.
years older.
No.
You look 13 years older.
It's just the gray. It's just the gray from the Giants and the Mets.
I've never dyed my beard. Never dyed it.
play.
buddy.
so loving. And
play
I
for
think
all
I'm the
day.
oldest one in here. I'm probably the oldest one in here. That's crazy.
No play for Mr. Gray.
Oh.
On that
Love it.
note, have a good night.
Take care.
Boom, boom, boom.